Hello everybody and welcome to another game on the Rampaging Dwarf channel. Today we are going to be starting a new game with Gold Rush the game, and I'm sorry, no, it's not Gold Rush anymore, is it? It's recently had a rebrand. It is now a gold mining simulator. What that means is that I don't know the details on why that change happened, but what I do know is they've actually breathed some new life into Gold Mining Simulator. So we are going to go ahead and start with a normal difficulty setting. The only difference will be is that we will have a 1 times time scale on this game instead of 12 times. So it's literally 1 real world minute takes 1 real world minute in the game. So now that we are in at the lodge, we are going to go and get a few story pieces. Now, a path I like to take is I go from the left and make a wide circle around to collect them. So the useful things about these story pieces is that they not only progress the story in the dig helper with a written sort of story, but they also make prices cheaper in the parts shop as well as fuel prices. So now that we've got them all here, we are going to get into the car and make our way to the bank to lease out the first parcel that we can do. So whilst we do this, we are also going to be talking a little bit more about what our aim is for this series. Considering making it more like a let's play sort of tutorial, because there are some instances when I've needed to find something, such as specific parts that break down. I've needed to be able to find out where they are and try and get that all sorted. But here we are, here's the fuel station. So we are going to go in and I'm going to show you what the prices look like at the moment. So take the nozzle out and put it in the car and it will show us. There you go, as you can see it's at $10.80 per gallon. Pretty high if you ask me. Although I'm from the UK, we have high prices everywhere. So now we are going to make our way down to the bank and lease out Old Arnold Parcel. It is technically free, however there is a parcel rent that we do need to pay. And I believe that is something like 30% of the gold that we get, if not including gold nuggets, is what we need to pay all the monetary equivalent. And as you can see there, additional provision of rent is 30% of the gold, or the money that we make, if we sell the gold first. So now we are going to go to the parts store and get everything we need here for our very first setup. Parking just here. So this is the parts store. This is where we get everything that we need apart from the heavy equipment. And as you can see, it's fairly well stocked. So the first thing we are going to need to get are these hog pan mats. So we'll need 4 of those. And for setting up for the future, we'll go up with the hog pan and pump, and we're going to get the 2 sluice boxes. So the sluice boxes are where the mats go into, and the water and the dirt that we dig and put into the pan all run down and wrap in those mats. So we can transport them like this, already to go and already set up, to make life a little bit easier. And with the hog pan, what that does is that we dig the dirt, whether it's with a shovel or with the machines. And as you can see, we just decided to have a little jump to get everything quicker. But what it means is that the hog pan, we will be able to dig up a lot of the dirt and then put it into the pan directly. Now it takes roughly 100 shovelfuls to, we are going to go get another couple of quarry pieces. There's one just on the wall up on the shed here. go, and there is another one just along the tracks here. And in the snow, they can be incredibly difficult to spot sometimes because they kind of blend into the textures of the snow. And there's the other one. Now these ones I've known where they are for quite a long time because I've done first playthroughs of this quite a lot. So I've only got 177 hours in the game. However, when you consider that I'm a family man who worked a 9 to 5 job as well, that's still not that bad an amount. We are going to go get the new story bits around the foundry here. The first thing we do is go over to the furthest point, over here, and then we go round. So if you're ever unsure of where a story piece might be, just follow a little path like this, no matter where you are, and 9 times out of 10 you'll come across at least one. So there's one just around this corner here. Like that. So now we continue going further up. So what we'll eventually be doing is going all the way up to where we start to enter Old Arnold Parcel and then circle our way back around. Now this is a fairly important area to keep in mind because that grate right there we're going over is where we put in magnetite. Now magnetite is something that we can get a separator specifically for and be able to pour it into there and then use that to make upgrades to the smithy, such as cheaper gold smelting costs, or make it faster, or reduce the amount of gold lost. So there's that one there. Now, yes, I was previously talking about the hog pan and the setup. So the hog pan you fill directly, and the one we got has a pump, so that means later when we have the money for that, we can go down and get the water pump and be able to have that manually automatically filling whilst we load shovels into it, making things a lot quicker. And then all of that mud and water goes down those sluice box cores, and the mats trap all of the gold flakes in there. Now, as we go up, as we dig, we will be getting more gold nuggets, and that will tremendously help increase the amount of money that we get, making it possible to get new machines a lot quicker and a lot faster. So we're going to go through all the stages here, but with one minor difference. Instead of going for the auto-filling hog pan, we are going to be trying out the mini machines DLC. Now, I am a bit dubious about this DLC because there's a lot of bad things that have been read and heard about the DLCs, about it being extremely unbalanced and quite frankly a waste of money. I'm the kind of person who likes to make my own decision and not listen to ratings, give some stock into reviews, but only if they're not from somewhere like an official magazine, because quite often in the gaming industry people will pay for good reviews. And if you don't pay for the good review, you won't get one. Unfortunately, it is like that, which is why I never listen to official reviews. I make my own mind up, and I fully recommend that everybody else do the same. Here we are at Old Arnold Parcel. So we are going to go down towards the tent here because there's a little area right there. That's our hog pan site. So we're going to get everything set up now. And one thing that would quite often be the case is that you get the hog pan set up, and then if you don't have gold nuggets, and As you can see, carrying this thing can get quite tedious, to say the least. But once we get all of the mats cleaned off and all the gold into a bucket, we'll pour them into a gold mining pan. Give it a good old shake in some water to clean it off. And you'll probably see them in here as well. So that bucket, the silver one, and that circular pan that was on the table, they are what you use to shake the gold and ditch the leftover water. But now we are going to start digging and continue our story a little bit. So what you would do is you would pour some of the mining water with the gold concentrate into that big pan, then use the giant silver bucket to get some gold all squirt. Oh, there we go, we have a nugget. But we are going to go ahead and hit. As you can see there, that's filled at 89%, now 100%, and the next process we do is fill the bucket with water and chuck it in the pan. But what you do with the get gold without having a wash table or a metal separator, you need to put it in that little tray, which helps separate the gold from the mud and the rocks, and then just keep everything clean whilst you get rid of the water. However, you do need to be careful because that water, if you tip it out too much, you can lose some of the gold and you won't get that back, even though it goes into that giant silver trap. There we go, we are going to just put that in because we made a mistake. Now, as you can see, we have decided to do a little bit of cutting, so you didn't have to sit there for literally for 10 minutes just watching me dig over and over again, just to fill these maps for the first time. Now, the early game of this can be very tedious and very slow. As you can see, we also made 8.5 ounces of gold, so that would just do nuggets. That's not gold or money that we'd need to pay toward the provision of rent. It's only when we decide to wash up the gold that we have. But what we are going to do now is we are going to head down to the blacksmith and melt down what we can into gold bars, then sell it and repeat the process until we've managed to smelt down all 8.5 ounces. So we are going to make our way down to the blacksmith. Oh, a bit slidey. And we shall show you the process there. And we are also going to go the full drive there, so that you know where to go as well from this point. So, I hope everybody is liking the content so far, and if you are, please feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, leave a subscribe. If you don't, then just let me know in the comments what you think can be improved. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated, as it will help me improve content for you guys. We just take this right here, and the blacksmith is just around this corner. Now, there are more story pieces here as well that we're going to be getting and using. As you can see, the marker has come up right in the corner there. So we go out and we knock on the doors. There we go, we can get half an ounce. Smelt. Now, instead of standing here rating, there are some more story pieces than just these bits in this area we are going to go and find. That's that one. Now you see how almost invisible that story piece was. So now we are going to go down the road. Where there used to be one around this car. It must be going crazy. So we are going to be going all the way down the road to the barriers and then making our way back, as there are a couple of story pieces further down here and also in that totem pole area that we just passed. So there's that one. Now make our way back. Now make our way back. There's under the car. Now, I've played this game since it was in early access, and a lot has changed since then. One of the biggest changes was a complete rework of the workers, because when you previously ran this game, if you got a worker, they could automatically run equipment. So that means you could have the hog pan mining going whilst you're, say, digging out the main area. And that got really, really overpowered very quickly. But for now, we are going to go ahead and wait for this gold bar to smelt down, which is going to take another 12 real world minutes, because I am honestly too lazy to go into the settings and change it. Here we are, let's give it a check. It's not quite yet. Back in a couple of seconds. There we go. And look at that. New textures on the gold bars as well. So we are going to take this down to the bank and show you how to sell them. So we do it in the exact same way that we did with basing the plot, although we just go to a different page, and you can even check what the current price of gold is, as it does fluctuate from hour to hour. So I believe it's a case of the more gold you put in and sell, the lower the price will become. So there we go, that's another $537. Exit. So now we go back to the blacksmith and repeat this whole process, whilst I am going to be sat there waiting for absolutely ever. But for you, it's just going to be a couple of seconds. There we go. Check that. Excellent. We've got all of our gold bars, and that took, as you can tell by the time, half an hour. Now, I'll admit I was too lazy to actually go into the settings and change it to 12 times, so I was just doing little bits around the flat whilst waiting for that. And there we are. We now currently have 5,700 on, but we are going to be ending it here, and then we shall see you in the next video coming out next week. And I hope you've all enjoyed. Bye bye.